What's up, guys? We're at U of H today. I'm with the team and we're doing a couple of interviews, and I'm gonna show you guys the setup we're using. For this location, this is what we're working with, and as you can see, like, the ceiling's really cool, the space looks really cool. So what we decided to do is basically just kind of play with the symmetry and play with the lines with the space. One of the first things I wanted to do is get the subject as far away from the wall as possible. And the reason for that is to show the scale of the space, right? If I was to have them too close to the wall, then you would kind of like cut off a lot of what's happening, right? In a space like this, you really want to show the entirety of what's going on, right? And also it gives you a lot of cool leading lines going into the subject. So first, right here, we have a aperture 600X, and basically this is our key light, and it's just kind of giving a nice soft light onto the subject. You know, this is the big one. I call this Big Shirley just because it's the biggest softbox we got, and that mug it weighs a lot. It's big, all right? Then next we have a backlight over here. So basically this is the Nan Light Pavo Slim, AKA we call it Slim Jim, and it's giving a nice hair light to the subject. And the subject we were shooting, they had dark hair, so having like that light really kind of helped them separate from the background. We have a 300X on the aperture spotlight, and basically we kind of just have that light hitting up against this wall over here and kind of giving some light to the plant. A big thing this does is gives your background a lot more texture and a lot more depth instead of it being so flat. And also is motivating light for the sun coming in, right? So since the viewers can see the light coming in, it also makes sense that we have some sunlight coming in to add some texture to the background. So that's our 3-light setup that we're using for today. All right, so this is the A-cam setup we got going on. On the A-cam, I got the Sony FX3. I got it going to the Atomos Shogun Inferno. I got another MKH416 Sennheiser for a backup mic. And we also got a transmitter, a Hollyland transmitter, going on to the director's monitor right over here. All right. So basically, obviously, this just allows the client to be able to see another perspective, and also allows them to see the shot without having to hover over the camera. Right. For one of our interviews today, we had to use a teleprompter. So this is an iCan teleprompter we had going on. And basically we just loaded up a teleprompter on this app we got on the iPad, and basically just let it scroll. So you just hit play, and as you can see, all they got to do is follow along to the blue lines, and yeah, it looks like they're just reading the script. So it works pretty well. For power, we have the V-mount, powering up my camera, going to a dummy battery, and basically we have two MP batteries going to the Shogun Inferno to power that. So this thing drains up a lot of battery, so it needs a lot of power to keep it going. Yeah, so that's pretty much the setup for that. And on B cams, you can see over here, we have another FX3, and we have the DZO Film 90mm macro lens for B cam, just getting another tight angle. And oh, and also the lens on the A-cam, I forgot to mention that as well. The lens on here, we have the 50. It's hard to see right now, but here, I'll unzip this so you guys can kind of see what it looks like underneath. We're pretty much done with the shoot anyway. Hold on, I've got to scoot this back a little bit. There we go. Watch everything just collapse. All right. So we have the DZO Film 50mm on the A-cam, and basically the black cover you saw is just to help stop reflections from happening. And we also have an ND filter on here to kind of help balance out the exposure. So that's pretty much the setup, guys. I'll throw in some shots so you guys can see the end product and how we executed this shoot. So thanks for watching.